What movie is the best antidepressant? The Road to El Dorado. Take your goddamn El Dorado gold. Coming to America. Trading Places is another good one. Came here looking for this one. I know it's not a Christmas movie, but I always watch it for the holidays. Clue. I hated her so much. The flames. Flames. On the side of my face. Yes. Just 5. Husband should be like Kleenex. Soft, strong and disposable. The Blues Brothers is always a ton of fun for me. I hate Illinois Nazis. Apostrophe. Enchanted. Watching the How Do You Know That You Love Her musical number. Outdoors in Central Park. Puts me in an elated mood every time I watch it. I'm careful not to watch Enchanted that often just so it never loses that effect on me. Edit. Happily surprised by the response. Thank you so much y'all. Close bracket. My husband loves that part. He also has a crush on Amy Adams. Edit. Punctuation. Autocorrect tried getting me twice. Sigh same. Galaxy Quest or Tommy Boy. Galaxy Quest is a superb movie. I have never come across anyone in physical or digital realms that dislikes it. So fun story. I found out my friend had not seen Galaxy Quest. I took great delight in getting to show her this movie that I love much. I got her a blanket, a cat, popcorn, pulled the curtains so there wasn't a huge glare on the screen. More effort than I put into most movie nights. She did not laugh once throughout the whole movie, which made me nervous. But once the movie was over, she calmly turns to me and says, I remember why I pick the movie now. Absurd. Galaxy Quest is objectively funny. Never Give Up. Never Surrender. By Grapthus Hammer. What a savings. Cool Runnings. Feel the RHYTHM. Feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled time. Cool Runnings. Exclamation mark. Hercules always puts me in a good mood. Honey, I think you mean Hunkles. Well, bless my soul. Herc was on a roll. Pirates of the Caribbean. The first movie. Edit. I liked the second and third too, but the first one completely took me by surprise. Soundtrack alone does the trick. Now, bring me that horizon. This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow. Wait, a pirate so brave. On 7 seas, a mystical quest to the Isle of Tortuga. Tucker and Dale evil is absolutely hilarious. Guy jumps in a wood chipper. Are you okay? I damn near wet myself when Alan Tudyk delivered that line. Holy crap, that was funny. The gods must be crazy. Trust me, it's a little obscure, but if you look hard enough you just might find it. Oh my god, the Coke bottle one! Exclamation mark. I forgot all about that. My parents showed me this when I was around 9. And I thought, what the hell? I'm so confused. I think if I watched it today I would have the same reaction. Hilarious either way. I saw it as a child when dad was watching it, and I didn't get it. But when I saw it as an adult I enjoyed it. Birdcage. Agada. I need my Pirin tablets. What the hell are you giving him? Drugs? Exclamation mark. Calm down. It's just a aspirin with DA and DSA scratched off. Got. You're a genius. Edit. Thanks for the awards. Kind Redditors. Robin Williams. Nathan Lane. Hank Azaria. It would be very difficult to top that comedic power. A Knight's Tale. It's absolutely amazing and full of so much fun and good times while still being really good. R.I.P. Heath. Edit. Wow, I thought I was pretty alone in loving this movie. My inbox says otherwise. Thanks for sharing the happy moments this great movie gave you, and it makes me happy that this seems to be sparking some people into rewatching it, myself included. You have been weighed, you have been measured, and you have most definitely been found wanting. Apostrophe. Ratatouille. My favorite part is Ego's review. In many ways, the work of a critic is easy. We risk very little, yet enjoy a position over those who offer up their work and themselves to our judgment. We thrive on negative criticism, which is fun to write and to read. But the bitter truth we critics must face is that in the grand scheme of things, The average piece of junk is probably more meaningful than our criticism designating it so. But there are times when a critic truly risks something. And that is in the discovery and defense of the new. The world is often unkind to new talent, new creations. The new needs friends. Last night, I experienced something new, an extraordinary meal from a singularly unexpected source. To say that both the meal and its maker have challenged my preconceptions about fine cooking is a gross understatement. They have rocked me to my core. In the past, I have made no secret of my disdain for Chef Gusteau's famous motto, anyone can cook. But I realize, only now do I truly understand what he meant. Not everyone can become a great artist, but a great artist can come from anywhere. It is difficult to imagine more humble origins than those of the genius now cooking at Gusteau's, who is, in this critic's opinion, nothing less than the finest chef in France. I will be returning to Gusteau's soon. Hungry for more? Apostrophe. I've heard it a million times, because I love that movie. But something about reading it instead adds to his emotion, and makes it even more eloquent. School of Rock is pretty efficacious. I have a hangover. Who knows what that means? Apostrophe. It means you're drunk. Apostrophe. Wrong. It means I was drunk yesterday. It means you're an alcoholic. Apostrophe. Wrong. Apostrophe. You wouldn't come to work unless you had a problem. You have a disease. Apostrophe. What's your name? Apostrophe. Freddie Jones. Apostrophe. Freddie Jones. Shut up. Apostrophe. When I introduced my kids to School of Rock, this was the line that got the biggest laugh out of them. Blazing Saddles. Blazing Saddles would have to tie for the best 1-2 antidepressant combo in cinema. It's even richer that they comprise just 1 year in Mel Brooks' life. A man who drink like that and he don't eat, he is going to die. Apostrophe. When? Apostrophe. The Princess Bride. How can one watch this and be sad at the same time? It's inconceivable. Edit. Dang. This was a throwaway comment. How did this happen? Bill Murray movies in general, but especially Stripes, Caddyshack, and Ghostbusters. My workmates and I used to watch Caddyshack at least once a year. What we do in the shadows. Leave me to do my dark bidding on the internet. Clueless. That whole movie is iconic. As if. Hot Fuzz. Any luck catching them swans then? It's just the one swan. Actually, any luck catching them killers then? There's Sergeant Angel. Check out his house. My cousin Vinny. Something about him spewing tactics gets me pumped every time. Edit. Thanks for my first platinum before my first gold and silver. Holy hell. I guess the laws of physics cease to exist on Reddit. Is it possible that two Utes? Two what? Huge IRL. Book squillark. The defense's room. Exclamation mark. As someone who was born and raised in New York City, Marissa Tomei's accent in that movie just gets me going. As someone who's a person, Marissa Tomei is everything gets me going. Might be a weird choice and may not the best, but I just watched it a few days ago and it felt incredibly uplifting. Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse. It has all a good feel-good movie needs. Light-hearted and funny parts. Drama, sadness and desperation to overcome. And a happy ending that is very feel-good but not cheesy. Also the music is terrific throughout the movie and extremely well placed. I like every song in the movie, while consider most really unspectacular when just listening to them. My kids cajoled me into watching this, and I was stunned at how much I loved it. Phenomenal film. Same. I'm not a superhero movie person. Like, at all. But we watched it, because my kid goes apeshit for Spider-Man. I absolutely adored it. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and a Second Life of Brian. I ruined Life of Brian by watching when too depressed. It's really hard to sing along Always Look on the Bright Side of Life when sitting alone on the floor, in the dark, with no furniture, on Christmas Eve, halfway through a bottle of Firefly vodka. Firefly vodka? At Christmas? Huh. We was lucky to have Alf mouth full of gravel, while living in the pit when as was Christmas. Blooming luxury. Monty Python's jokes aside man, I feel yeah where you've been, and really hope it's better. At least you were not a Spanish waiter living in a shitty bedsit in some shitty West Country hotel, getting slapped by the owner. Manuel a brewing drunkard waiting to pop and fire of Into the Night. Close bracket. My neighbor Totoro and Kiki's delivery service double feature. IDK man. Like. Soft agree with you on this one. But the last time I watched Totoro I got hit with this overwhelming sense of existential sadness. Viewing such playful childlike fun through a lens of knowing I'll never be able to experience true innocence like that again. You just described the literal meaning of the word nostalgia, the painful feeling that accompanies memories of times that you know cannot happen again. Most of us use the word nostalgia in the wrong way to convey a rosy feeling of memories of past times, which is only half of the word. The nost part, which is a root meaning returning home, or returning to the knowledge of who we once were. It's the algia part that people overlook, which means pain. And you are totally right about Totoro, which is one of the amazingly complex and beautiful things about that movie. If you ever want to experience the whole circle of emotion that Totoro encompasses, watch it with very young kids who you know, like nieces and nephews, or similar, and the wonder they experience will line up with your memory of wonder, and it makes you want to cry from the beauty of it all, which includes nostalgia. Edit. First, thanks to the folks below who clarified the more accurate meaning of the nost aspect of the word nostalgia. Second, thanks to whoever awarded the silver. The Muppet Movie, 1979. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Edit. Thank you for the silver. I'm so glad this silly little puppet movie means as much to so many people as it does to me. I've been singing that song to my daughter every night before bed since she was about a year old. We went to see the Muppet Movie at the drive-in together this summer and I positively wept sitting next to her listening to Kermit sing it. My dad sang it to me as a kid, and I got misty just reading your story, much less hearing Kermit do it. Fantastic Mr. Fox. This movie is just /hand gestures /different. Prince of Egypt. Beautiful music and animation. I'm not religious at all, but it tells the story so beautifully that I almost started to haha. Anything Mel Brooks does, agreed. My personal favorite being Young Frankenstein. Whoon on the Ruats. Megamind. Over here, old friend. In case you haven't noticed, you've fallen right into my trap. Metroman. You can't trap justice. It's an idea, a belief. Megamind. Well, even the most heartfelt belief can be corroded over time. Metroman. Justice is a non-corrosive metal. Megamind. But metals can be melted by the heat of revenge. Metroman. It's revenge. And it's best served cold. Megamind. But it could be easily reheated in the microwave of evil. Metroman. Well, I think your warranty is about to expire. Megamind. Maybe I've got an extended warranty. Metroman. Warranties are invalid if you don't use the product for its intended purpose. Girls, you're both pretty. Spirited Away feels like therapy in a good way. Adore that film, but the parents transforming into pigs genuinely terrified me as a child. I was about to make a cheeky comment about how you're probably still a child, then looked up the release date. Holy shit, that movie came out 20 years ago. Make it stop. Home Alone. Fun and nostalgic for most people. Can second this. My fianc had never seen it. I don't know how she survived for 25 years never seeing it, but I made her watch. Probably the hardest I've seen her laugh in a year. Legally Blonde. Bend and Snap. Dodgeball. Dodge. Duck. Dip. Dive. And dodge. Emperor's New Groove. Edited, but wow, thank you for all of these awards. I'm so glad I'm not the only one who feels this way. Here's trying to lead you down the path of righteousness. I'm gonna lead you down the path that rocks. Mean Girls is so fetch. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Tropic Thunder. Can't be sad watching Tom Cruise and Robert Downey Jr. on that one. Cradle the balls. Stroke the shaft and swallow the gravy. The crew said they could not hold it together when he was doing takes for that. A Night at the Roxbury. I've seen it dozens of times. I laugh every time. Edit. I rewatched it again and want to add, the soundtrack itself is also a great way to make one wanna dance, even if it's just a little. I watched Jackass about 14 times while I was stationed in Iraq to combat depression and PTSD. Never failed to make me laugh so hard it hurt. Chef. Father and son bond during a cross-country food truck road trip. Wholesome and uplifting. There's Jon Favreau and John Leguizamo. Food. Awesome music. Jon Favreau preparing grilled cheese sandwich for his son. I can almost smell the giant steak they are eating in the middle of the film. Definitely the first movie I'm watching when I need to smile. Better Off Dead with John Cusack. It was the absurd caricature I needed at the time to help find a better perspective on things. YMMV. Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And now I have the freshest cereal. Banana. Nah man. The grandma tears my emotions apart every time. Sometimes a good cry is necessary. The Grand Budapest Hotel. Like 95% of it is fun. But that ending. Inside Out. I know. Hear me out. The ending of that movie was the first time I ever stopped to think about the fact that negative emotions are okay and not something to be ashamed of. Sometimes, having emotions validated is enough to help pull through them. Office Space. You're not wearing enough flair. PC load letter? WTF does that mean? Clarks is pretty cathartic. There's a great speech from Randall at the end about taking control of your life. The LOTR trilogy, but in particular Return of the King. The other two by themselves are too suspenseful to be antidepressants. Either watch all of it at once or just okay. Those movies are just so uplifting. I'm shocked that I had to scroll so long to find this. Every time stuff gets bad for me, I know it's time for a Relotia marathon. Recent movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Well, I'm hooked on a feeling. Hey PSSST. Please subscribe and like.